If your pivot table calculated field keeps throwing an error, you're usually one small rule away from it working. The tricky part is that pivot table formulas look like normal Excel formulas, but they don't behave like normal Excel formulas. They have their own limits, their own order of operations, and their own idea of what a field is. In this video, I'll walk you through the most common calculated field errors and how to fix them fast. We'll start with the simplest checks, like field names and missing data. Then we'll move into the bigger gotchas, like why you can't reference a subtotal, why some functions are blocked, and why calculated fields can give you wrong answers, even when they don't error. By the end, you'll know a clean troubleshooting sequence you can reuse on any workbook, and you'll know when to stop fighting calculated fields and switch to a better approach, like a helper column or a measure. Next step. First, lock in what a calculated field actually is. A calculated field is evaluated on the underlying source rows. Then, the results are summarized in the pivot table. That one sentence explains a lot of confusion. If you try to calculate profit margin as profit divided by sales, the pivot table does not divide the profit subtotal by the sales subtotal. Instead, it calculates profit divided by sales for each row in the source, then sums or averages based on the field settings. That's why your number can look wrong, even with no error message. It also explains why you can't reference a specific cell, a subtotal, or a grand total. You can only reference source fields by name. So when you troubleshoot, you're not debugging a worksheet formula. You're debugging a mini calculation engine that runs before aggregation. Once you internalize that, the error messages start to make sense and your fixes become much faster. Next step. Now let's hit the most common hard failure, the field name problem. In calculated fields, you must reference fields using their exact pivot table field names. That includes spaces, punctuation, and sometimes hidden trailing spaces. If your source column is called net sales, but the pivot shows it as sum of net sales in the values area, the calculated field still wants the base field name, net sales. Another common issue is renaming a source column after the pivot table was created. The pivot might still be holding the old name until you refresh, or it might break the formula because the field no longer exists. The fix is simple. Refresh the pivot table, confirm the field list shows the exact names you expect, and then reinsert the field names into the formula rather than typing them. That one habit, insert don't type, eliminates a huge percentage of calculated field errors. Next step. Next is the division by zero and blank data trap. Pivot tables often summarize clean-looking totals, but calculated fields operate at the row level. So if even a few source rows have sales equal to 0 or blank, a formula like profit divided by sales can error or produce unexpected results. The safest pattern is to guard your denominator. Use an if that checks the field before dividing. For example, if sales equals 0, return 0, or return blank, depending on what you want. Also, watch out for text stored as numbers. If a numeric field is actually text in some rows, the pivot table might still display totals, but the calculated field can fail because it can't perform arithmetic on text. A quick fix is to clean the source data, convert the column to true numbers, and refresh. Most calculated field mystery errors are really data quality issues hiding in a few rows. Next step. Another big one is unsupported functions. Calculated fields do not support every Excel function, and they definitely don't support things like direct range references. Functions that rely on workbook context, like certain lookup patterns, are often not available. Even when a function exists, it may behave differently because it's being applied to a field, not a cell. The practical fix is to simplify. If your formula is complex, break it into steps using helper columns in the source data. For example, instead of trying to do a conditional mapping inside the calculated field, add a source column that returns the mapped value per row. Then your calculated field becomes simple arithmetic on clean fields. This isn't a workaround to feel bad about. It's the intended design pattern. Do row-level logic in the source table, then aggregate in the pivot table. Your pivot stays stable, and your formulas stop failing. Next step. Let's talk about the error that feels personal. The formula is invalid. This message usually means the syntax is wrong for pivot table rules, not that the math is wrong. Start by checking parentheses. Pivot formulas are less forgiving when you stack operations. Next, check operators. Use the standard symbols like plus, minus, asterisk, and slash. Then check that every field name is wrapped correctly as a field reference, not typed as plain text. Also, avoid using structured references like you would in an Excel table formula. Calculated fields don't understand those. If you're unsure, rebuild the formula from scratch with the Insert Field button so Excel writes the field tokens for you. Finally, test the formula in tiny pieces. Make it just one field, then add one operation. This incremental approach pinpoints the exact character that's breaking the calculation. Next step. Now for a common misunderstanding. Calculated fields can't use subtotals, grand totals, or other calculated fields the way you expect. You might think, I already have revenue and cost in the pivot, so I'll calculate margin from those totals. But calculated fields don't pull from the values area. They pull from the source fields only. That's why referencing sum of revenue won't work. And if you create multiple calculated fields, the dependency order can get confusing because they're still evaluated at the row level. The clean fix is to calculate from the raw fields directly. If you need a calculation that truly depends on aggregated results, like margin as total profit divided by total sales, then a calculated field is the wrong tool. In that case, you want to measure in the data model, or you want to compute it outside the pivot table. Next step. Let's tackle the wrong result problem, because it's the most expensive one. You might trust a number that's logically off. The classic example is margin percent. If you build a calculated field as profit divided by sales, you're getting row-level margin. Then it's summarized. If your pivot table summarizes that as sum, the result is nonsense. If it summarizes as average, it might be closer, but still not the same as total profit divided by total sales. So the fix is to decide what you actually mean. If you want overall margin, you need aggregated math. Total profit divided by total sales. That's not a calculated field job. If you want average transaction margin, then a calculated field plus an average summary might be correct. The key is matching the business definition to the calculation method, not forcing one tool to do both. Next step. Formatting and data types can also create errors that are really display problems. For example, you might compute a percentage, but forget to format it as %, so it looks 100 times too large. Or you might return blank text from an if, which turns the entire calculated field into a text-type result, breaking numeric summarization. A safer approach is to return 0 instead of an empty string when you need a numeric output. Another subtle issue is rounding. If you round at the row level, then aggregate, you can introduce small differences compared to rounding at the total level. Neither is universally correct, but you should be consistent. So after the formula works, do a quick validation. Check a few source rows, confirm the row-level math, then confirm the aggregation matches your intended definition. That's how you prevent silent calculation mistakes. Next step. Sometimes the best fix is choosing a different tool. If your calculation depends on totals, filters, or time intelligence, calculated fields will fight you. A helper column in the source data is best when the logic is row-based, like categorizing, flagging, or conditional pricing. A measure in the data model is best when the logic is aggregate-based, like total margin, distinct counts, or calculations that must respect slicers and context properly. And a calculated item, different from a calculated field, can be useful when you need math between items inside the same field, like combining specific categories. The point is not to memorize features, it's to match the calculation to where it naturally belongs, row, item, or aggregate. Once you do that, the errors largely disappear, and your pivot tables become much easier to maintain. Next step. Here's a simple troubleshooting checklist you can reuse. Step 1. Refresh the pivot table and confirm the field names. Step 2. Rebuild the formula using inserted field names, not typing. Step 3. Test the formula with only 2 fields and 1 operator, then expand. Step 4. Check the source data for blanks, zeros, and text numbers, especially in denominators. Step 5. Remove advanced functions and move that logic into helper columns. Step 6. Validate the meaning, row level versus total level, so you're not calculating the wrong metric. And step 7. If you truly need total level math, stop and switch to a measure or an outside calculation. This sequence keeps you calm and systematic. You're not guessing, You're narrowing the problem down in a predictable way. And that's the difference between wrestling with pivot tables and controlling them. Next step. Let's wrap it up with the main idea. Pivot table calculated field errors usually come from one of three places: the formula syntax, the field references, or the underlying data. And even when there's no error, you still have to confirm the calculation matches the definition of the metric you want. If you remember that calculated fields run per source row, most confusion clears up immediately. Use exact field names, protect against zero and blank denominators, and keep formulas simple. When you need totals-based math, use a measure or compute it outside the pivot table. If you want a quick self-check, ask one question: am I trying to calculate on rows or on totals? That question will guide you to the right tool almost every time. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more Excel problem-solving walkthroughs. And for a quick poll, which do you run into more? A, formula is invalid, or B, numbers look wrong? Subscribe to keep optimizing your workflow and get back more of your time.